Hey everybody, how's it going? Just doing a real quick video. We're painting the 3A that is going on the raised letter K5HL that I got, turning it into a K5HLA. And I wanted to try and match the paint patterns the best that I could to the actual horn, and actually miss painting in some certain areas. So to do that, I put it on a manifold, exactly how it would have been on the manifold. Since it's the 3 bell, it would have been all the way at the end on that side of it. And then I also had another bell, just a couple old 5 bells. One's for just kind of equalizing out the weight so that way it doesn't lean. And then this one's so that way I can actually get a prototypical spray pattern and actually miss the areas that I wanted to miss. So as far as the inside, normally paint doesn't get all the way down in there when they do spray them, and you guys can see that from the tape. There's a light overspray on that, really not a whole lot, which is pretty impressive for it being a 3 bell. It's not a very long bell, but it is longer. So we did that, and then I pretty much just kind of sprayed back and forth a few times and let the paint go as far as it wanted to. I did not attempt to push the paint in there very far. And then as far as underneath goes, and I can't touch it right now, I just did the first coat on it. I am going to do another coat on top, but on the bottom, I don't know if you guys can really see some areas that did not get painted, a little bit of overspray on there. There is some bare metal exposed with overspray on it. That is exactly what I wanted. The back of the power chamber, I don't know how well, it's probably not going to pick it up very well, guys, but there's a little bit of paint missing on that. And then where the 2 bells are side by side and then underneath, I tried to miss that as much as possible with getting a little overspray on it. I wanted some overspray on it. You guys can kind of see the metal with overspray on it. That's perfect. And then of course, like the back of the foot, didn't really get it too well. A little bit of paint on it and all that. So my next coat, I'm basically just going to go directly over the top of the bell and kind of on the sides. I'm not going to go too low. And then I will do another coat on the front of the bell just to kind of thicken the paint up a little bit, because this is just one coat. I am using, and this is what I paint all my horns with, the Rust-Oleum 2-in-1. We're using a high gloss black, and I am going to, once it's completely dry, I'm going to dull it down a little bit, or attempt to dull it down a little bit, where I'm going to make sure the thing is 100% dry before I do this. And then I'm going to kind of basically do the same thing I did to the other bells when I clean them. I'm just basically going to clean it and hopefully kind of dull that paint through the cleaning process. So that's my plan on that, but I am going to wait. I have like another hour before I can do another coat on it, and then I'm going to let it completely dry, and then overnight, and probably wait till tomorrow night. I'm going to try and give it about 24 hours to completely dry before I go doing anything to ruin the paint. Essentially, you know, I'm ruining it, but it's still going to be super shiny. I just want it to kind of dull it down just a little bit and bring it to what the other bells are, so that way once this bell gets on the horn, it looks like it was an original piece. And so you can see we got it's a newer bell. It's got the scribe day, so it's going to fit in well with that. This back cap, you can see it's just a painting back cap. I tape off all the inlet holes, or the vent holes on the inside of the cap, and then you guys saw I tape off the bore of the bell, so that way no paint gets in there and starts getting on my nice clean nozzle and in the power chamber. And then the back cap is just an easier way. I have done taping on the backs of these, but this is just a much easier way. If I get a little bit of paint leak in there, which I highly doubt, I got hardly any with just how fine I was spraying. So should work out really, really well. once I pull the back cap off. Even if there is a little bit of bleeding in there, I can actually clean that up pretty quick with lacquer thinner and a Q-tip. So not too worried about that. So yeah guys, it's basically my method for trying to pull off a essentially railroad painted bell. The goal is just to miss the areas that they would miss in real life, which they do honestly miss a lot of areas when they're just kind of spraying the entire top of the locomotive, and the horn just kind of gets sprayed here and there. And some of them don't really get painted all that well. Some of them do get painted pretty well. Just depends on the person painting. From what you guys seen, the horn down there, there's areas where paint was missed. There's areas where it's really good. So that's our goal for this. So like I said, I got another hour or so. I'll do another just real nice top coat, kind of thicken that paint up just a little bit, because it is just a little thinner in some areas on the top where I want it to be. So I didn't want to get too crazy, even though having it run would look somewhat prototypical. That horn has a few runs in it here and there, but it's pretty good overall. Whoever painted it did pretty light, so they didn't get too thick and get super runny. So I'm gonna attempt to not have any runs in this. First coat went really well. I'm not worried about the second coat. As long as the first coat went well, I'm good. So yeah guys, there's just a quick video on how I'm kind of going about blending this bell in with the rest of them, and essentially building myself a flawless BNSF K5HLA. So till next time everybody, take care.